Yes, I'll be recording this so that anyone can go onto YouTube and catch whatever they need. So in case we discuss something very pertinent and you might miss out, so at least it's there. So hopefully we'll be able to, record and keep something positive, all the good points. If we say something secrets or something, no passwords are to be disclosed, by the way. So because it's all recorded. Anywho, our mission, Toastmasters mission, is that we empower individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders. Our district mission is that we build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. Most of you are club officers, club members, and be aware of the club mission. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. You're all aware of our Toastmasters core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence. And what is our envisioned future is to be the first choice provider of dynamic, high value, experiential communication and leadership skills development. So that is the go-to. This is something that we need to inculcate among ourselves. Anytime we open a presentation, which we are giving perhaps at a club level, and it's not something like an education module or something, but it's something that, for example, a moments of truth presentation, I urge that everyone makes use of these points and you know present them, because it's very important to know the fundamentals of what our mission is and so on. So for presentations like the moments of truth and so on and so forth, please ensure that you carry this. This is one of the good practices that we have. All right. Now for the main one. Is the screen visible or is it?
Yes, it's visible, Sudhir.
Okay, lovely, great. Thank you. So welcome once again for the PR Majlis. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in between. And of course, I will try to answer them. If we kind of drag it a bit more, I will have to ask, we can stop it and take it outside the meeting and can discuss this, whoever can ask the question. So, so as to save up on time. All right. And I won't ask you to switch off your mobile phones or keep them on silent or anything. So, because I know uh, that's indeed not possible, because most of you are also using your mobiles to do so. So that would be counterproductive, wouldn't it? Right. So let's dive into what we did. A very small highlights package, just to show you what we did. But again, this is a highlights of a very summarized summary of what we did. A quick recap with regards to PR trainings, PR awards, what we did with social media, and the member connects. I will go through a few points and I will tell you something about why some things didn't happen and why some things didn't. Because as members, you all deserve to know. With regards to PR trainings, we had club officers trainings, which were twice a year. And we had started something called as the PR Excellence Series, which was the first training was Speak the Brand, Show the Brand. We had tried to rope in for the other trainings. Unfortunately, we had lots of people who backed out as part of trainers from the other districts. And this is something that was an opportunity. We could have had more trainings, which I agree. But I'm sure this year ahead, the year ahead, coming ahead, we will have more trainings and far more better organized trainings as well. We do hold the PR Majlis as well as ad hoc discussions. Anybody who wanted to get in touch with me directly, did so, and whatever training was imparted either over phone or on Zoom as well. So that was the way we did our PR training, so as to say. PR awards. Now, these were, I think, for the first time, we introduced lots and lots of criteria for the PR awards, which were very, very, um, which were very particular. And lots of them had to do with adherence to the brand guidelines, the governing documents, the bylaws. Yeah, sorry, can I ask this? Sorry, I can mute. Sorry. Yeah, lovely. So we had to emphasize quality over quantity. It's no use a club giving 15 flyers and then getting 15 ribbons. Because if they are not good enough, we have to tell them that you need to step up. Why? Because you will understand. I'm sure you must have gone through the branding guidelines workshop, and later on also you'll have one branding guidelines workshop. The importance is Toastmasters brand guidelines are here for a reason, to maintain uniformity and to maintain consistency. So we should never give up on our quality just because we want more. And that was the emphasis right from the beginning of the year. And of course, I'll come to that context a bit later on as far as the PR awards are concerned. We ensured that Toastmasters International branded items were given to our award winners. This was the first time this happened in our district. Usually we used to give out trophies, and we did hand out trophies, but they were far less because we thought that what do members value? And it's something to do with Toastmasters. So what we did was created a separate budget to ensure that the award winners, especially the VPPRs, received Toastmasters branded items as far as awards were concerned, because that's what they're doing, that's what they have to promote, and that's what they get. And awards were declared usually on time as far as the timeline progressed. We made it up, we covered up till DTAC, so touchwood, no more awards to give now, so we are good. Those
So
some
Dev,
are
can I
still,
say something?
yeah.
Yeah, so Dev, this is Roshan.
Yes.
I was fortunate enough to receive quite a few of the awards that you all gave out in terms of the Toastmasters branded items. And I really want to say that was a great idea. Thank you so much. It's so motivating. And because of that, I've taken up the role of the VPPR again. So, so kudos to you guys for thinking of that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Roshan. Thank you so much. Well, that's what it is, it's how we give back to our members, give back to our people who are actively, doing on the job. And I'm sure, there'll be trophies along the way, there'll be medals along the way. But imagine getting a Toastmasters branded, and this is from the official Toastmasters branded merchant, which is in India. Of course, they have been licensed to do so. So it's not that we just printed it out of the blue. It is the real deal. And whatever items you've got were that. And so thank you, Roshan, and wish you all the best this year. I'm sure you'll go greater heights, especially with our new team which we have, and what they have on board. I'm very upbeat about the following year now.
Thank
Right.
you.
Indeed. Next, we come to the social media. Now, we had an issue earlier this year when we began with the Facebook group. It was a closed group, and we had lots of issues. Nobody would share anything, and we made sure that everything was archived from the old group and put into the new group. So that was a cumbersome exercise, but touchwood, now there is a good engagement, but we hope that many people will still continue using it. Right now, I think we are at around 530 members. We hope that number swells up to 1,531, if not 2,531 in the following year. So lots of work to do, Amina.
Sudhir, for the Facebook, like I don't have the name, what exactly it's mentioned for the Toastmasters.
Yes.
So can you just share that information?
Yes, we will be linking it. It's called as the official District 116 Toastmasters International Group for District 116. I'll try to paste it in the comments in a bit so that you can join in. This as far as the presentation goes, I'll do that, or towards the end. I'll do that.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. We also have a LinkedIn group for all our people who don't use Facebook, especially at work, and want to connect with Toastmasters. Instagram, the good old favorite. YouTube is something where we currently only upload standard videos, but of course there were lots and lots of ideas which were floating around, but for some reasons, of course, they didn't come bear fruition. Now, the main important thing, the website d116.org. This was one of the challenges which we had because the district website was operating on a very old platform. It was on the WordPress. So rather not to get too technical, it was operating in an outdated system. Now, we had certain cost issues. There was a proposal from my end, which was given. However, because of the cost issues and the idea didn't go ahead and it didn't bear fruit. However, for the following year, based on my discussions, I'm sure that with our new PR manager, there will be a far better plan in place and a far structured plan, I must add. The lessons learned will also be shared later on as far as the websites go. But this is one challenge that we actually needed to work on. And this was one of the lessons learned, which I'll be covering up later on as well. The next part is the member connect. Now, the member connect, I was really happy to see that lots of members were eager to connect with each other. Everyone wanted to connect with each other. Everyone was part of the group. Everyone wanted to come for activities, and that's very good. As evident from everyone who's attending the PR Majlis right now, which is a very healthy sign. We had an event for the World Championship of Public Speaking live streaming, in which Nisha came in second place, if you all remember. Then we had the bowling championship. Now, this was a PR event. I'm sure many of you who attended that had a lot of stories to tell after that, especially with many people who tried bowling the first time. And they truly, I think there was one member who said that he tried it the first time and he was almost there for the next few weeks later. He was again, and he sent me a photo and everything. So that was quite heartening to see that we made a new bowling fan. But that's what Toastmasters is about. We had to engage people. We also had a mental health campaign, which was delivered, and mental health campaign, not just a mental health campaign, it was directed at Toastmasters, because in Toastmasters, uh, we would have issues like burnout, right? Many of us have burnout with regards to our activities in Toastmasters. How do you deal with that? So all these things were covered as part of that campaign, and many of them had a positive response to it. We had a sport day event earlier this in February, and that one was also well received and well documented and well covered on social media as well. Events like DTAC, and of course, they have their own committee. And we had a lovely DPRM who was also handling that. Toastmaster Leonard, I hope if he's here, maybe you can put your hand up. If he's not, we all know how he is. So he was there as part of our team, and well, it went very well. And I must commend the entire PR team, and Amina, Toastmaster Amina was also part of the souvenirs and quite a lot of other things unofficially as well. So great support, very well done, and I think the a great bond among all of us PR people was formed. And that's why I'm very upbeat this year, looking at the talent that we have and the people who are stepping up. So for the year ahead, it's a very bright year for everyone concerned. Right. Any comments or anybody would like to say something as far as this particular recap of these activities are concerned? Anything? Thank you, Roshan. Of course, you had a lovely tidbit to share. Thank you so much. Right. So we'll just go on to the next one. PR awards. Now, this is something that many people ask me. I hope most of them are here, but if they're not, they can go and check with the recording as well. What went right, what went wrong during the PR awards? I see some chat messages, sorry. Lloyd Pineda, but VPPRs expected trophies. Yes, you had to participate, my friend, in order to win trophies. So I'm sure if you all have participated, you won. But hopefully, again, feedback taken. This is all a member connect anyways. So hi, yes, Toastmaster Mark. Sorry, Toastmaster Mark. Yeah. All right. All right. Okay. Lovely. All right. So we'll go through the PR awards and I'll give you an input as to what was it about. Now, bear in mind that we had categories for clubs, areas, division, and personal awards. What I'll be covering here will be club centric only because this is what it matters, right? And I should again emphasize once more that all the judges who were there as part of the judging process, all of them were outside of District 116. So it was completely unbiased as best as possible. And I'm pretty sure I know, like there were only a few people who knew about clubs here in Qatar and Doha about certain clubs, but most of them were completely distantly related, I would say. And the judges were also changed over a period of few months. So I had a pool, of course, we approached them and for a few months we had a few judges. That's why some of you complained, where's the consistency? Well, of course, once you have different judges, there'll be a different outlook, but we need fresh ideas as well. So this was applicable. Yeah, somebody. Yeah, okay. So somebody were sorry. So that's what you mentioned. Judges were completely outsourced, but they delivered, and I was quite happy because the important thing was going through all those flyers and creatives. Really, they really give a lot of their time, and they belong to different time zones, so we had to respect that. And all of them are Toastmasters, so don't worry about that aspect. Right. So let's dive into the PR awards. Right. So this was the breakdown of all the awards that were submitted. There were in total 408 flyers which came over a period of 10 months. Okay. And this is only at the club level. Of course, then you had at the area flyers, you had the division flyers as well. But for the club, this was it. And as you can see, in January, we had received the maximum number of flyers as 51. Maybe it's the holiday effect, I would say. But as you see, consistently, we were above 30 flyers. And there were, in all aspects, you can say that we would have got from around, if one club submitted one or two, nobody submitted more than two. I do know that because usually there are only two club meetings per month. So most of them maximum were two. So in a way, you would have had an average of 15 to 18 clubs who would be participating. Now, this, of course, was a bit of a downer because there was a lot of scope for clubs to participate and win. We were at a base of around, say, 110, 120. And of that, say, on an average, 15 to 18 clubs only participating. Good on those clubs who participated, but there could be a lot more. Now, why flyers matter is because that's how you market your meetings here. And flyer is something that we hold in great value here in Qatar, right? The moment you have a meeting, somebody will invariably ask, oh, have you prepared the flyer? They won't ask about the agenda first, but have you prepared the flyer? So that's how the concept of flyers are. Yeah, somebody. All right. Okay. So that's how the concept of flyers are here in Qatar. And we had a very good mix. Now, uh, I asked the judges, I spoke with them again, even after DTAC, and we had a discussion with them, and well, I had a discussion and asked them about what feedback they could give. And in the end, I could summarize it as thus. So, yeah, Mahantesh, can you please? Yeah.
Well, so they like as you said, like that's to like 120 almost we have clubs, right? So almost looking at the each numbers every month, I feel it's quite very low. So I mean, probably 33, I would say, like in a month, two times the meeting. So almost 15 to 18 clubs were given the continuation of the flyers, right? So that's what I understood. So it means that almost 70 to 80 clubs are not running, or they are not sending the flyers or not creating or something.
Yeah. So what happened was then sometimes you had a mix of some certain clubs which just came out of the blue and participated. We did have that. There were a few clubs who consistently participated in over the 10-month period, definitely. And in between, there were some clubs. So on the whole, I mean, I would have to go through the, completely deep dive into the numbers again. But of course, the number could stem anything between well above 30. But again, that, as I said, that's still not a good number because 120 clubs, we need at least 90 clubs to send in flyers. Simple as that. Considering how it is. But again, we know that many clubs still have that concept that how to like some people are talented. They feel that, oh, we possibly can't compete against somebody who's on Illustrator or Canva or something. But I'll tell you, there were a few flyers who won. They were designed completely on PowerPoint. So I had told them that, that it's just how you present the flyer and how you tick in the boxes and make it presentable. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter if you create it on PowerPoint or something. So that education, that will come with more awareness and more education. And it's a slow, but as you can see, like more clubs were coming out with awards. We could understand February and March due to the contest season, the numbers coming down.
Correct.
And the peak time usually, as we said, November, December, January. Yeah. November, December, January is when clubs are most active with or most of their activities and so on and so forth. So I think this is a very good sign that we had an increasing trend in one way, and clubs are eager to participate. It's just that they have to have more awareness and more exposure on how to, and the fact that it's okay to fail, it's okay not to win an award, but the important thing is how you promote your club. So that education has to go as far as designing clubs are concerned. Yes, Roshan.
Sudhir, initially when I became BBPR last year, I also faced a lot of problems with uploading the flyer. I was not very familiar, if I may say, with Google Drive.
Okay.
So just doing it on my phone, making the flyer was not so much of a problem. Uploading it, renaming it the right way was the problem. So I think if we think of something, some other way, like an email or maybe on the Facebook page, if we could upload it and that could be accepted, that would
Mhm.
make things simpler. And I think it would encourage more clubs to also participate.
Yeah. I think it's a matter of convenience because, see, in the end, we needed basically when the whole thing was designed, the idea was that we needed things at one place. Once we put it on Facebook, then there's a tendency that, oh, I missed your flyer for some reason, you know. You can't
Mm-hmm.
upload it also on Facebook to a particular album, then, you know, there's a chance that, oh, sorry, I missed your flyer. Maybe it didn't upload or something. And, you know, the Facebook is a bit, you know, strange, I would say, when it comes to these things. So that's why the Google Drive concept was introduced, so that it's a central location for everyone to share in their content. And what happens is you put in your content, you make sure that, you know, you can upload it, you can download it. You know how many people, how many others have also contributed. So that was the main point. But I'm sure this is a point which we can work on. And I'm sure Amina will also take this into consideration for the next year. If there is definitely a better method, why not? Why not? So thank you,
Thank you.
Roshan, for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
Jitin,
you.
yeah, thank you. Jitin, I believe you're putting your hands up.
Yes. Hi, Sudhir. It's just adding one more point to the current topic. Regarding collection of flyers, what I would suggest is that if you can have a Google form and they can just add an attachment to that, like whatever flyer they make, they can just add it as an attachment. And this in turn would be stored in the particular drive location which you link it with.
Okay.
So in that case, they don't get access to the entire drive. What the BPPR would see is just a form, but in the back end, from your side, you would receive all these submissions in a particular location. So we could think of that solution.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think Amina can make a note of it. Of course, Amina will be taking lots of notes, and you know, because for the next year's PR awards, it'll be a very good insight. So yeah, definitely, you know, like we are always looking to enhance our systems and make things better. And because in the end, it's about the member experience. And if the members are happy, then the district is happy. That's how it is. So thank you very much, Jitin. Mahantesh, I think you still have your hand up. Is there something you'd like to add on to this? Or
No, sorry, I just need to
sure.
drop it.
Sure.
Yeah,
No
that's
worries.
fine.
Lovely. But see, great great inputs from everyone. Which we have. There's one currently. Okay, I'm just going to get reading the messages which I've got. There's one DM. Currently, TI branding and design group is full. Any solutions? Okay, there's one group on WhatsApp called as the TI branding and design group, which is a very in-demand group. So it's full, but I think they have a Facebook account as well. I will try to get the Facebook link. I don't know what's the frequency of their posting. There are some admins who post the you know, who review the flyers and so on and so forth. Let me check that. I think it was just there. Let me check if it's still active on Facebook. But the one in WhatsApp is the most active one. So keep looking at it. Try to keep joining. The moment the number goes below 1024, join in, because that is a treasure of a group. It's called as the TI branding and design group. I hope that answers your question, Toastmaster Ambili.
Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry,
A
yeah, your
new
name,
group,
sorry.
Toastmaster Ambili.
Sorry, Toastmaster Ambili. Yeah, hi.
Okay. So a new group will not be created if the one group is group is full. And
That group is only moderated by one person and his wife, Kajetan, and his wife, and a couple of others. They don't have any intention to create one more group because it's too much to manage as per Kajetan. But of course, I think, as I said, you know, Facebook, they have one group. As I said, let me check that and post it across. I still don't know whether how many activities are going on in that group, but at last thing it was there. So I
Well,
mean,
I believe, sorry, Sudhir. Well, I believe it's full because whoever the XCOM people still joined there. Probably they would leave by this month end. So then we will be able to join.
yeah, many would leave definitely, but many who are still here in that group because it's, as I said, it's one of the most relevant groups in Toastmasters, I would say, and because it's something always you learn in that group. So I know members who had been there from day one and still they haven't left, despite
Okay.
not being in any PR role after that. Because when I talked to them, they said there's so much to learn in that group as far as
That's
branding
a
goes.
challenge.
So yeah, no, I know exactly. So you can't force anyone to go, but that's that's the beauty of that group. You learn so much about it in that. So, but don't worry, I'm sure there'll be many who will drop out. And there's one moderator who is there. I forgot his name. He's a Western guy. He usually does these checks of the group as who is too active and who is too inactive, and he removes a few people whose numbers are not valid, and also maybe there's your window of opportunity. Hopefully. There's another question from Toastmaster Samreen. So where do we have to send these flyers on a monthly basis? Any email? Okay. So this is something, Toastmaster Samreen, that Amina will be covering as part of her awards for the following year. She will be giving you all the guidelines and everything when the awards are declared. So stay put, relax for the time being, learn more about your role, and then with zeal, that's your club's name, by the way, but with zeal, you can participate in these awards. Right? Good. Good enough, Toastmaster Samreen, I hope. Right.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Looking
I would
forward.
like to add one more thing. Is there any WhatsApp group for VPPRs also? As I heard, there is
Yes.
a.
There
Amna
will
told me about that. There is a group, right,
there
where
will
we
be.
can help each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there will be one WhatsApp group, but I think we are just waiting for all the contact details to be streamlined. And once they are streamlined, and I think the district admin manager and the team will have this, I think Toastmaster Amina will take care of it. Am I right, Amina, in understanding that?
Yes. I believe not everyone has submitted their list of XCOM officers on TI yet. Once that is done by the end of the month, hopefully everybody should have uploaded all their officer lists, and we can then extract the list from there and create the group. I just want to take your input on this, Sudhir. Do we continue with the existing group and just add the new VPPRs? I think it helps to share experience and knowledge from the previous VPPRs.
Yes, up to
What do you
you. I
think
mean, we
about
can
it?
always you'll be handed over the group formally, of course, as part of the handover. And should
Okay.
you wish to continue, you can have all the resources which were there, which were shared
Yeah.
previously. So everything will be continuity, and it'll be better off.
Okay.
So anyone who
All right.
wishes to remain a part of that group and continue on their PR journey can also be there.
Yeah.
Wish to go away, fine. But I mean, we are still not yet to 1,000 members yet, so we are good.
Yes.
At least for the next few years, I hope we are good. Right. So this we can keep it for your the VPPRs. Right. Any other questions on the flyers and this? Okay, I'll come to the analysis now. Right. So here you see the strengths and the suggestions. These were the inputs from all the judges. Okay. I will start with the strengths first. There is an improvement on how you use the brand compared to what it was previously, like not many people using weird colors anymore. The strong distribution network, there is a good, way in which we manage our flyers and distribute them. Qatar being a very small country geographically, our flyers can reach north, south, east, west anytime. So that's a good thing. Content matters and communicate right. This was one of the feedbacks from a very senior Toastmaster, that your flyers, the ones, many flyers have very good content as far as promoting a meeting goes. And they're communicating it right. There are, in fact, he shared with me about one flyer which was just a flyer, a meeting, and no meeting details and all in their particular country. So this is one thing that we are doing good. We are focusing on content as well. Many clubs have been observed to mention the benefits of joining. Now, this is something very huge. When you promote a flyer, you have to promote like, why are you joining? Why join Toastmasters, right? That's your selling point. So very good on that aspect. You've got very eager VPPRs who want to learn. And I must say, like many VPPRs came forward. It was a very good exercise. And that was this. And judges were very impressed at the quality and the numbers being given. Trust me, among our region 11 currently, I think ours is the maximum numbers of flyers and all which we are floating around. I mean, everyone has mentioned that. They mentioned that I don't think we have that many flyers circulating around in at least in some of the countries, major markets. We have good supporting text to complement the flyers. Now, this is your write-ups, right? Many of you use the write-ups. Very important. Keep that going on. Now, suggestions were brand adherence. Yes, we need to improve. Simple things like, the colors being used and the fonts being used, background colors, so on and so forth. So please ensure that the brand guidelines are adhered to and you improve. I mean, there are many clubs who are doing this, yes, but still there are some clubs who need to focus on getting it better. Designing and using the right elements. Now, designing and using the right elements means, for example, you don't add stuff which is not required. As I said, don't overcrowd and add unnecessary things. They are kind of related in a way. Simple things like Toastmasters logo. It should be either in the top left or the bottom right, as per the guidelines. But many people have it in the center, middle of the middle of the flyer, somewhere here, somewhere corner, right hand side. So that does not work. Its consistency is required, and so ensure that these are adhered to. You need to mention your names, titles, roles, etc. correctly. Sometimes there were spelling mistakes. Some members' spellings were mistaken, and Toastmaster. The word Toastmaster itself was, one judge pointed out the word itself, Toastmaster, was spelled wrong, and I was like, yeah, well, like unfortunately that happened. So make sure that you do that. Mention the names and the roles correctly. Flyer should have a call to action. Now, this is very good suggestion, because when you're distributing your flyer, how can you attract members? What is that, eye-catching factor about your flyer? Within the brand guidelines, how can you do so? We had many flyers who won. You can go through the people who won. So it gives you an understanding of what people outside Qatar also expect, that what is a good flyer. So you can build on those points as well and, build your call to action. For language-based clubs, what happens is, yes, you will put in your text. There was a suggestion. Now, it's not something that's hard and fast. There was a suggestion to add English text, because if they give this particular flyer to somebody and they don't know which language it is. So if somebody asks them that, oh, I'm really looking for an online, say, Malayalam club, this person would not know because that's not their native language. But if they see there is an online Doha Malayalam or XYZ Malayalam Club Toastmasters meeting accompanying the regional language flyer, they'll say, oh, I think I know one club in so and so place. So that's a very good idea to include. as part of your distribution. And release your flyers well in advance. This was a point, it was a suggestion given that don't release your flyer 1 or 2 days before the meeting. Release it at least 1 week before. Yeah, Toastmaster Samreen.
That was only my question. How many days before we need to release it?
At least
You
1
already
week.
answered.
Yeah, at least 1 week
1 week.
before, because that provides you more, you can keep promoting, keep pushing.
Then people will forget about the meeting also 1 week before means.
No,
It
you have
will
to be
not be.
consistent. No, here's the thing. Just don't post it and finish. No, post it 1 day. After 2 days, post again. After 2 days, it's like reminder. And then on the day, you'd like today's the day, all these things. So that's how you build, momentum for your club.
Within the club group or the district group?
Everywhere. Promotion is everywhere. If you want to put
Yeah,
it up
because
in
if we
family,
keep posting every second day in the district, it will be overcrowded, right?
it's okay. As long as people are
Okay.
attending your club meeting, your membership rates are going high, I don't think there should be a problem. If you need, see, here's the thing. The idea of promotion is is infinite. No matter how much you do, it will always be less. So I remember a few years back when we were Division E, and that time, like we were still not a district yet. There were a few clubs. You know what they used to do? Family Food Center used to have this billboard and all, right? They used to put their club meetings over there. And they used to get members. Nobody does that now. I don't see, at least at FFC now. Use that. Why not? Maybe, I don't know, you might have to pay some amount, but again, that's hardly much. So that's
What about the printing in the news? Like after the meeting, we can have the printing in the newspaper. All that things is
yeah, I'll come to that.
required.
I'll come to that about the newspaper and everything. No worries. But as far as sorry, Roshan. Sorry, one moment. Roshan, I think I got your hand first. Roshan.
Yeah, thank you, Sudhir. Sudhir, for the frequent flyer award, is it
Yeah.
only flyers for meetings, or can we submit also flyers, like let's say introducing the XCOM or some member achievements, or
Yeah.
can it be any flyers or only meeting flyers?
Yeah, so now this is for the awards which we had, right? Based on the criteria.
Yes.
It was related to any club event, right? But why, if you observe that I don't think there was any club which won with recognition, right? For the simple reason that you could not have more stuff. For example, if you had paired it up, recognizing the achievement as well as marketing your club meeting at the same flyer, that would have worked wonders. So this is one trick many missed out.
Okay.
You see, so what happens is you celebrate an achievement, fine, but again, where's the call to action? Like, it's just one thing, Now, if I see this as an outsider, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I don't know, okay, this person has achieved FP4 or something. I don't know what that means. So for me, then that flyer becomes, I wouldn't say useless, but I don't know what to do with that flyer anymore. But if you put that as an achievement and promote your club meeting at the same time, okay, see what magic it does.
Okay, got it.
See?
All right.
So that is what we mean. So yeah, so that's one thing you can do. So, this is one trick. I don't know why people didn't catch that. I was like thinking like, okay, come on, catch it. No, Toastmaster Mahantesh, I'll take from the question from you. I think you had your question, please.
Sudhir, you mentioned like updating the flyer within 1 week ahead, right? So there I could see most of the time. So there will be speakers and role players and all. They were not ready to take it. They would be, and at the end they would be, taking the calls and all, right? So in that fashion, so most of the flyer would be, I would say 30 to 40% is blank. So you would still suggest to go ahead and upload, or is it
Yes.
something it should be done?
No, yes, it can be done. You design your flyer in such a way that you need not have all the role players. You put in the certain role players which are confirmed. Like they'll give you the blood and attend the meeting. You know, you have certain things.
Okay.
So other than that, you need not always have role players, right? You can put on the theme. You can put in, instead of that slot where you could have put on that role player, put in some benefits of joining Toastmasters. There's so many different ways in which you can mix and match. Once you know that, okay, 1 week before, these people are 100% going to come, no matter if it rains or snows or whatever, you put them out on the flyer and say, hey, these people are coming. This is our guest of honor who's coming. So all these things you will need to do as per the situation. That's some experience.
Okay.
Yes, Toastmaster Sudha.
Yes, hi. I just have one question since I'm very new to the PR role.
Sure.
And I have made a flyer before this. I'll just be learning the ropes right now. So
Okay.
is there a at the district level where we can share our flyers and get some feedback on how to improve on them?
Yeah, so that was the WhatsApp group that was being talked about. I don't know if you're here for that, but there was this WhatsApp, yeah. So there's this WhatsApp group, yeah, we're called as the TI branding group, and branding and this thing where people share their flyers and other members comment. So most of the sorry, PR, VP PRs or ex-PR managers or anyone who is in Toastmasters, who is having good knowledge of the brand guidelines, they comment, they tell you, okay, these are the suggestions we have, and this is how you can make your flyer better. This is what works, this is what doesn't. So that's that particular group. Now that group is all currently full, as we've heard, but be aware, we'll share that link. If the space opens up, well and good. And we'll also check
sorry, I'm already in that group, but I just wanted to know if at the district level, if we have some guidance, because in that sometimes the messages do get missed because there are so many people in that.
I think district group, what will happen now, that it will, I mean, personally, I didn't want to put this at the district level because it would lead to a conflict of interest. Because everyone's vying for an award. And if, for example, I give some suggestion, for example, there'll be 100 other clubs telling me, why didn't you give a suggestion? So to avoid that, to avoid any potential conflict of interest, I decided against, but made sure last year that I think majority of our VPPRs are part of that group. Okay. So, I mean, that was the first thing I did. Like the moment space sprang up, like third, add, please join, please join, please join. So I'm sure, you'll find, as you understand how the group works, understand from others where to do what. And that's a learning thing. So give yourself time. Don't rush into things, but give yourself time to understand. And you'll do amazingly well, Toastmaster Sitam.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Right. Any other questions on the strengths and suggestions before we move on? Anything? I'll give you 10 seconds so I can have a sip of water. Right. Okay. So no more questions. I think we've covered that. Amazing. So yeah,
I would like to ask something. Sorry.
Please go ahead. Yeah, Toastmaster Samreen, I think we've lost you. Okay, we'll come back to her later if there was any question. I'll come back to it. Right. Now, the other awards, the Publicity Pinnacle Award. Okay, I'll go to point number 3 directly because I'm sure everyone's eyes must have gone there. Note these email IDs where you can send out your contributions to. Okay. Now, the first one is, of course, Gulf Times. Then you got Qatar Tribune. You've got the Peninsula. The fourth one is a publication which is owned by a gentleman who is based here in Qatar. He's Mr. Harun, and he runs a publication which is also online based, and they have exposure up to 54 countries and so on. He himself volunteered to get articles so that he can promote, because he knows many Toastmasters, old timers as well. And this is something that he's graciously asked that if you have anything, feel free to use that. He's accredited with the Qatar News Agency, so he's legit. So don't worry about that. So you can use him to promote as well as far as your publications are concerned. Just get in touch with him over email or perhaps later on over phone as well. Now, the Publicity Pinnacle Award, as we said, we wanted clubs to highlight their achievements, activities in the print medium, newspapers, magazines, and all. Even the Toastmaster magazine, I think there was one Toastmaster Sumati, if I'm not mistaken, she had a photo in the Toastmaster magazine as well. It's a great opportunity. Like there is always at least 1 year where Qatar at least features once or twice. Definitely. Okay. I think I've seen that. Christopher Almeida, he was there at one time and all. So make sure that you submit even to your Toastmaster magazine, especially the travel, the travel photos. So this time, I think many of you are going on vacation. Some of you might be even going to n number of places. What you do, carry your, mobile version of the Toastmasters magazine, take a photo of it and, carry on. Best thing, promote. Okay. Promote your club activities, ramp it up and let the world know that your club exists. Okay. There is nothing called as, that a limit to publicity. No. The more you can get publicity for your club, the better. Always remember this. Do so in a proper way. And I'm telling you, there have been many clubs who have gotten members just because they were prominent in the news media. That, oh, wow, we heard about your club. You conducted a contest and we just came. There have been many cases. So this was the thing that, we want you all to work, and your VP membership will be the most happiest person. So make that person happy. Any questions here about the Publicity Pinnacle Award and what was the criteria and any suggestions that were there?
So there is a specific limit, right? Where we have to send the article and all that. Like
Limit
for the newspaper.
sorry?
Yeah, for printing limit is there, right?
What you do now is you give the article as much as you can write. The newspaper will do the editing. For sure they will.
But if they will cut the, relevant part, then it's a problem.
No,
so better if you know the
so
number
what
of
you
words.
do is you make sure there's no number. It all depends on their space. Okay. It all depends on how much space they have in the newspaper. And, if you're giving this article at a time when there are other activities going on, you can't help it sometimes. Unless you actually have a rapport with them, you go to them. But, again, I had spoken to one of the people at there earlier this year. They said the same thing, that it all depends on the space. So they have to make the best use of space and give the right amount of coverage. So always send your articles with a photo, always. And it should be a very good resolution. Don't send any photos with a very bad resolution or something. Just send it proper printable material. And hopefully you'll get that printed in. Even if you get that photo printed with a caption, sometimes that's good enough. That's almost like as good as an article. People can see Toastmasters. And
so
also,
we have to keep the record of that prints for the award.
Well, it depends on the next year's award criteria, of course, because I don't know what's been decided. But whatever you do, always keep a record. It's the golden rule is whatever you're doing, keep a record of everything.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Toastmaster Mahantesh, please.
Well, Sudhir, everything comes with a cost, right? So for this, publication and also how to handle the cost. So is it with the club or is it with something is
No,
it?
for
Yeah.
newspapers, there's no cost involved because they heartily
Okay.
take because that's why it's very a bit difficult to get featured. It's because the
Okay.
newspapers do it for free in the community.
Okay.
Sorry, my apologies. They do it for free in the community section. So that's where most of
Ah.
our articles are featured. We don't feature on the main page and all. So that's not us, but we feature in the community part of the newspaper. And
Okay. Yeah.
everything is free, like once you submit, you get featured as for free.
Okay. So they would suggest, I mean, they would select if anything they find it best, so they will publish it accordingly.
Yeah, they will publish it based on their limitations and all. But that's
Exactly.
why I said, try to send it with a very clear photo and all. So even if you get space for a photo, there will always be a caption alongside it. So that's where you can capitalize on it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Any other question? Sorry. Yeah. So moving on. Now, these were the other awards which were there. The Vivacious Video Award. The most important thing many forgot is putting the disclaimer. Many clubs had forgotten to put the disclaimer. Now, why is the disclaimer important? The disclaimer on the video is important because imagine if somebody puts in a video something which probably goes against Toastmasters, right? Or put something objectionable and they release the video. Tomorrow, there can be a question that, oh, Toastmasters did it, if you don't put the disclaimer. So that's the understanding. That's a very basic understanding. So when you put the disclaimer, it's basically that Toastmasters is not liable for anything. So that's why we should make sure our messages are properly curated and sent. And to protect the brand of Toastmasters, we put the disclaimers on all our videos. Simple as that. Okay. Make sure your videos have a good clarity, flow, and a call to action. Why are you doing that video? Because you want more members, you want to promote your club meeting. What is it? You want to introduce a new member. What is it? So all these things should be there as part of the video. The social savvy, well, that was about social media engagement. Most of you, the clubs in our district don't have many Facebook pages or groups or something which they can use to, promote their club activities. Try to have that. Try to do this because ultimately you want members coming from outside, isn't it? So please do so. And later on, I'll show you why Facebook matters. Now, the website award. Now this is for the clubs. Establish a website, even if it is from Free Toast Host. How many of you are aware of Free Toast Host? Anyone can say. Yeah, Ajmal, can you explain what Free Toast Host is about? Like in your own words.
Yes, the Field Toast was actually a platform given by Toastmasters itself, where you can make your own website for your clubs. So it is not so difficult. It is easy. There has been training by District 116 also how to make a website through Field Toast, and you can update your meeting details, your club details, pictures of executives, all those things.
Indeed. So that's a very good short explanation, of course. It's a Free Toast Host is sorry. Yeah, I had somebody else. I thought, okay. So Free Toast Host is it's a website, even if it's from this is from Toastmasters International. All right, and usually, okay, sorry, there's one Toastmaster who's sorry, yeah, okay. I thought there was this thing. All right. So Free Toast Host is given as a platform given by Toastmasters International, and It's free, so you can develop your club website over there, and everything. They have got good ways to how to schedule a meeting and so on and so forth. I'm sure there'll be another session coming up later this year because it's a very, very good facility to use. And any other question on the website? Any questions? Sorry, Mahantesh, I think you have your hands raised up.
No, sorry, I think last one is.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Right. So one thing is pull in with now see, website is very important. So make sure that you manage your costs well, and everything is a website is very important because that gives you the identity online. So many people who want to visit your club, they'll not ask what's your Facebook group and all. They say, oh, you have a website, Okay, thank you. All right. Now, going on to the next one. Now, Club Communicators Chronicle Award. Now this is a very, this I had done the presentation a while ago about how to create a newsletter, the A to Z of creating a newsletter and what it is. Now, if you go through all of them, like try to check mark all these criteria when you're creating a newsletter. Now, here we call it newsletter, but it ends up being a magazine, right? Because the concept of a newsletter is that you release a newsletter regularly, okay? Either monthly or twice a month, it depends. Now, because of our resource limitations here, what we do is we release once every quarter or something like that. So invariably, it does go on to become a magazine. We still call it a newsletter because we like to call it that. So when you do it, okay, now when you prepare a newsletter, make sure that you solicit good articles, it adheres to brand guidelines, good content, good design, it's engaging, there has to be a flow, use proper graphics and pics, headline, even the name of your magazine should be very nice and, understanding, interactive, maybe using things like issue.com and all to host it, jargon free. Now, of course, Toastmasters words and all would be there, but don't go overly excessive with jargon, which is not Toastmasters related. Know who your audience is. Layout matters. Now, what is the difference between design and layout? Layout is how you structure your newsletter. Design is how you give the fancy touch-ups in a very simple way. Member contributions, ask members to contribute because ultimately we don't want only one or two people just contributing. It's then a great networking opportunity for members as well. Originality should be maintained. Proofreading. Proofreading is a very, very important concept that please ensure that your magazines or any content for that matter, even flyers are proofread. Because you may not know that it's a spelling mistake, but the person who is actually reading does know. Quotes from relevant people within the club president, district director, DPRM, anyone. Relevance, it should be relevant. It should not have a story about something, which is not related to Toastmasters. Storytelling, there has to be a narrative about how you build up a newsletter. Testimonials, maybe from members who are enjoying the benefits of the club. Update on club activities, very much so. Value delivery, you deliver how it delivers on the value of your club, like what the content it delivers. There has to be a punch in the newsletter. It should be a welcoming tone with an X factor. And it's your year-round voice, as a newsletter. And zeal does not here mean zeal Toastmasters, but zeal here means enthusiasm. And your newsletter should be develop with that enthusiasm. So give yourself enough time. Make sure you have a team in place to make the club newsletter. VPPR need not do anything. So everything, not anything, but everything rather. Sorry, slip of tongue. And make sure that is done. Any questions here on how to create a newsletter, at least some A to Z of the newsletter creation?
Yeah, we have no idea how to create it actually.
It's
So
okay.
that one workshop is required to teach how to create a newsletter.
Yes, yes. All lines have been routed through Toastmaster Amina, who is taking notes, I'm pretty sure, if she's here. And definitely, it'll
Yes,
be.
I'm here.
Yeah, of course. Her food for thought. Right, so that's as I said, I only covered the club awards. So now I will go on to what lessons we learned. Okay, now this is lessons learned as a district, as a member, and everything. So all in one. Okay, so this is something that you can also maybe find relevance in. Please include PR activities in your club success plan, or have a
PR lang pala to.
Sorry, what's that? Yeah, okay. My apologies. So have a PR success plan. Even if you cannot have it as your club success plan, make sure you have something called as the PR success plan. There is a resource available on the Toastmasters website as well. Please make sure that you adhere to it, because PR is very important. Once you realize how PR matters for your club, you are basically the gateway. You're the you're the gatekeeper, the gateway to the outside world. So make sure that you have a proper plan. Make sure that there is a public relations committee in your club with a proper team. This will give you a very good competency of team building as well. Please make sure that is there. Adherence to brand guidelines, not only brand guidelines, there are something called as the bylaws. There are also called as the standard governing documents. Please go through them. And this matters as you go up. So for example, clubs, of course, you would have that. But for areas, divisions also, please, go through all these documents. News media relations. Now I've given you some contacts of the editors, but that's not enough. If you can, visit the place, visit Gulf Times, try to get in touch with somebody and, establish a rapport that, we are doing this. Who knows, like you might build you might foster a wonderful relationship as far as sharing of your club activities and all is concerned. Support the VP membership for your mutual success. So your VP membership has to grow, because ultimately it's about membership growth, isn't it? Now, no separate themes and taglines for clubs, areas, or divisions. This is very important, because there were questions last year that, few clubs wanted something about, the tagline, and they used to put it. Try not to have this, because it goes against Toastmasters. Toastmasters tagline is simple: where leaders are made. That should be followed. Now, clubs must take advantage of the PR resources online, which were very good. The last point is something which is very relevant for clubs, but I think this is best that you can take it up with your district finance manager in your next meeting, as far as fundraising activities are concerned. So if you go through protocol 8.2 of the governing documents, it talks about fundraising, wherein clubs, area, divisions, and of course districts, of course, may conduct fundraising activities to offset the cost of educational sessions. And so there is a lot of window available. Maybe, if you do this the right way, the ethical way, of course, you could stand to conduct any fundraising activities which will support your club. And with the right amount of PR, and you could support your PR amount work as well in addition to that. So keep note of this avenue. And this is something which I learned over the year, but it's something which we didn't implement as such. because we don't go through the governing documents as much. So please be aware of not only this, but also a host of other things. Any other question? Any questions on this or any clarifications anybody wishes to have?
I have a question.
Yes, Toastmaster Gilda. Okay.
Yes, you were talking about fundraising. I understand that in physical clubs, this is possible.
Okay.
How would online clubs do fundraising? Any ideas?
No, I don't have. That's why we need to consult with the district finance manager. That's why I've put that point in as far as the development goes, because they would have the ideas of what is allowed and what is not allowed. They have the district finance manager is the person who has these things with him in place. So what we need to bring to their notice is that, hey, we've heard that fundraising is allowed for clubs. Can you shed more light? How can we as a club get? Because these questions are not asked usually to the district finance manager. So I encourage clubs to please go up, because now we saw that, that some clubs are can take advantage of this. Now, how do we come out with this? Maybe there's a way in which we can approach TI to support our fundraising activities. What is that? So this is why that touch with the finance manager would be important, and more so for online clubs, how you can do so. It can be a simple thing like advertising. Maybe you are having a Toastmasters meeting which is advertised by somebody, and maybe they're advertising an educational session being held in your club, right? That could be a possibility. What could happen is you have your meeting. When the educational session comes up, you could say that's sponsored by so and so, right? Within the allowed guidelines. And because you're doing that, you're giving promotion to some brand who may have chosen to sponsor you. And for that, you'll get some consideration probably for your club, which could mean financial or otherwise, which again needs to be sorted out with the district finance manager. So the point of the reason why this point was given is that, yes, there is a possibility you can fundraise, but just find out how based on the nature of your club and what you intend to do. So don't lose out this point if it works to your advantage. And it will help you very much in your PR. Maybe you need some PR items, like you need some things to be sponsored for you. Let's find out how it can be done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Any other questions or? Right. So these are the skills you learned as a VPPR. Now, what you can do is after the year ends and when you update your LinkedIn profile or your CV, go through them, see how well you have developed yourself in these areas. These are all valid skills. These have been, of course, recommended by Toastmasters International. Simple thing like you make, say, for example, this give you an example about communication skills, media, public relations, and community management. You've been doing that, right? Now, that is a skill that you have learned over the course of the year. Most of you have designed flyers, right? This is called design and support applications. That's part of technical skills. You must have used Canva for that matter. It's a skill. You never know when these skills are going to be helpful. So personally for you, make a note of these skills which you have. The nice ones that sound are like strategic planning. Of course, you were involved because you were a VPPR. You were involved in the strategic aspects of developing your club success plan and so on and so forth. That is all strategic planning. Brand management is nothing but your brand guidelines. So all these things have helped you as a VPPR. So make sure that you recognize all of these things as you close out your year. All right. Any clarifications anybody needs on this? None? Okay. Awesome. So moving forward, moving forward, now that the year is going to close, this is what I would recommend. Take part in your district training events and activities. Encourage your club members and VPPRs, everyone to do so. Use Toastmasters International branded promotional materials as far as possible. It involves even the banner. You know, many physical clubs have seen that the banner is not of great quality. The banner is something which you do it only once. Remember that. So make sure that the identity of your clubs is very good, and have a good banner which is Toastmasters approved. Participate in the PR events and the PR awards. You have your social media groups and page. Brand and guidelines adherence, volunteer in PR activities, succession planning. Now, whatever role you do, be it your VPPR or anything, the moment you have assumed office, start planning that who would be your successor, and that will help you in team building. Engage with your PR officers at all levels, and don't forget to have fun. That's the most important thing. All right. Now, this is, of course, the Toastmasters International brand promise of how we empower individuals through personal and professional development. Now, I don't know if many of you knew that, but there is something called as the brand promise. So please be aware of that, especially if you're a VPPR. Now, this is why I say social media always matters. Now, I'm just giving you an idea. I put this down on purpose so that I didn't want to give too much data at top. Worldwide, Facebook is still the most widely used social media network. YouTube, Instagram are always there. WhatsApp is always there, but Facebook is key. And most of us do conduct our activities on Facebook, right? Some of them are there, which are based in China and so on and so forth, but Facebook is still the king. So please ensure that most of your promotions are all done on Facebook. Use Facebook, the groups and pages far effectively. In Qatar, Facebook has 80% of usage among social media users, and Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. There is something called Pinterest, but this is mostly a photo sharing, like an ideas. It's like a message board, but still, if you can understand how to use Pinterest, that would be to your advantage. You can have your photos and everything uploaded. Next, you have LinkedIn, of course, which is also there, and other social media networks. Right? This to give you an idea of why social media matters. So social media management is very key. So please make sure that you use Facebook, Instagram. Of course, Twitter is now called X. I had to update that, but yeah. So now we come to the person who would be the spotlight of it all. We have our district PR manager for 2024-25, and you've already met her throughout the meeting. But I would like to formally welcome her and ask her to speak a few words on her role and, like her views and any messages which she may have for us. So, Toastmaster Amina, it's yours. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much, DPRM Sudhir. That was an absolutely power-packed session, I should say. It was so filled with information, despite being the last PR Majlis of the year. I think plenty of takeaways for everyone here, for VPPRs of the past and the upcoming ones. So thank you so much for that, really. I learned a lot today as well. And I would say, I speak on behalf of everyone. I think your attention to detail is really impeccable. It's this kind of information. I'm just a couple of years old in the district, but what I've seen from the previous district PR roles, the information that we get from you is just immense. So thank you so much for that. Can I grab the screen?
Yes,
I'm not
yes.
able
I will
to
stop
share.
sharing just a moment. Yeah. Yours.
Okay. So I'm not going to, dive into the details, but I'd just like to touch upon very quickly my vision and the goals that I hope to achieve for the coming year. And what we will go through is just the district PR committee that we already have, the district PRM goals, action plans to achieve those goals and opportunities, and how you can help me as the VPPRs for this year. So the team consists of, for design, we have Toastmaster Fatima Afrina. For social media management, we have Aqil Fahim. For photography and videography, we have Toastmaster Sajeev Kumar and Habib Muhammad, who is a very new VPPR and doing a great job. In media relations, we have Venugopal Raghavan. A webmaster would be Toastmaster Shalini Lal. And for the awards planning, so far we have Salma Shaiboob, but I am working on building the awards committee. So anyone who is interested to join is very welcome to reach out to me personally. Having said that, the team, this is the core team, but I do want to expand a little further because my dreams for the district are a little big and I would need support from all the VPPRs of the district, and I'll tell you why. So my vision is that we can inspire our members, influence positive change, and make a significant impact both within Toastmasters and in our broader communities. So as you know, the theme for this year is Inspire, Influence, Impact. Let's keep this in mind when we are designing our PR activities. My goals, which I have already presented these to the district leadership. The first would be to enhance the community connection. So we already have a very robust network within the district, between the district and the clubs and the public. So we need to strengthen that further, use newsletters, emails, social media to share inspirational stories and updates regularly. Now here I would like to add that social media engagement there are some tips and tricks that we can use, some hacks that we can use to mutually, help each other. We can be very active in commenting and liking on similar pages such as ours. And what more do we need than 120 clubs, social media pages at our, dispersal. So when we are, say for instance, me as a member of Qatar Mothers, I am commenting on Zeal Toastmasters or ICC Eves, or say for instance, Misa Toastmasters. Their reach goes up and so does mine. So we can mutually benefit of each other by supporting each other on the social media. So like, share, and comment on every social media post that comes from a club within the district, and we can push out our content to non-Toastmasters. It does not have to feature only on our pages. It will come up because the algorithm works that way. It will be pushed up on regular feeds of the general community. So let's work on that together and work collaboratively to ensure that there is, an increase in the engagement in all the Toastmaster pages. Now, training and support for VPPRs, this is what we mentioned earlier. Training will be taken care of. We will have a lot of trainings, and I would love to hear from all of you what training you need. Yes, branding and Canva, introduction to Canva, probably some PowerPoint presentation techniques, as well as what I'm hoping to achieve is to bring a social media expert to share with us how we can really leverage the social media pages to increase our outreach and enhance the district's visibility and influence. So, of course, this is through the local news media and other channels. What we have had in the past is a few clubs doing brilliantly. I would like to see that every club is able to do that, and we can really share our experiences and connections and help each other in coming up. So let's work together in increasing the district's visibility and influence as well. And as I mentioned, to leverage of social media and the online presence, maintaining the active, engaging social media. So any initiative that I post on the district pages, I would love for you to actively participate in that. Very recently for the COT one, I requested everyone to share their personal photos that they captured at the club officer training so that we can feature those in a separate album on the district page. Just for your information, we are also tagging the regional social media pages on this, so your photos can get featured and will be accessible and visible to all. I hope that we can make a lasting impact on the members and the community. So my intent is to have targeted publicity campaigns that will highlight the benefits of Toastmasters, but this will be through community initiatives. And I want to increase the community engagement. Toastmaster Sudhir had some very good initiatives last year, and let's build on that. Let's bring in some community activities, and when I request for support, I hope that you all come forward and help me in organizing these events. So I will explain to you further how we want to do that. So that is the action plan. In the action plan, we have a quarterly district newsletter. I would love to have a monthly district newsletter, but because of multiple commitments, it would not be that easy. So a quarterly district newsletter is what we will have, and it will feature club achievements, member stories, and motivational content. Again, utilizing social media platforms to share these stories and engage with members, conducting quarterly training sessions and sharing toolkits and best practices, crafting and distributing press releases for district events, strengthening the district's online presence with the engaging social media profiles. And another thing that I would like to really leverage on is influencers, social media influencers. They really have a voice, and I'm sure since Qatar is very small, all of us probably know one or two influencers personally. So if we could, work with our connections and get those social media influencers to talk about us, to share our, flyers on their pages, talk about or visit our club, just invite them to the club meetings, we can really reach out to the non-Toastmasters community. So let's work on that. Make a lasting impact on the members and the community. So as mentioned earlier, reach out to new media outlets. It could be district newsletters being spread at, say, a nursery or a training academy. As Toastmaster Sudhir mentioned, flyers in the supermarkets like FFC, these kind of things. If we can work together and have our print media spread at these various outlets through community partnerships, it would really, really benefit. I know of a small magazine, say for instance, it was Doha Mums. They started as a small booklet and then it became a proper magazine, and they used to print a bunch of copies and have them at all the nurseries. And this was a very good way. And later they expanded to cafes and, schools and things like that. So let's use our connections to spread the word this way. And again, community service projects. So promoting the Toastmasters participation in local events. If you know of school festivals or, a corporate event that is being organized where we can probably go and talk about our mission, the benefits of Toastmasters, that would be fantastic. So basically, public relations is all about tapping on the free avenues of spreading the word, of sharing your story. Now, the opportunities, as I mentioned earlier, would be to feature, a Toastmaster, someone who's achieved something exceptional in the district newsletter, along with an in-depth interview of that particular member. Community partnerships. I hope to work with community organizations more in the field of CSR. So use CSR to actually help spread the Toastmasters word. And for this, we would, of course, need member involvement. So we need you all, as well as your club members, to actively participate whenever we organize such community events. The media relationships, influencer relationships, and membership growth, which I already spoke about. So how can you help? Firstly, share your stories. Keep me informed about the amazing things happening in your clubs, member achievements, innovative meeting formats, any community service projects. These stories are the heart of our PR effort. And then engage actively. So participate in our VPPR peer support group or the WhatsApp group and other training sessions. Share your experiences, challenges, and best practices. The more knowledge we share with each other, the more we can benefit. Promote our theme, the Inspire, Influence, Impact theme in your club communication, social media posts and events, but primarily keep it in mind and plan your activities around this theme. Whatever activities you are designing should be inspiring and, influencing and creating an impact. So consistent messaging across the district would strengthen our brand and unify our efforts. And lastly, collaborate, work with other VPPRs and club officers to organize joint events and initiatives. I strongly believe in collaboration, and I think we can really work well if we all work together. So let's inspire, influence, and impact. Coming together is the beginning. Staying together is progress. And working together is success. So let's all work together and make sure that 2024, 2025 is a successful PR year for District 116. Yes, and that's it from my side. If anyone has any thoughts, any comments, you're more than welcome to share, please.
Sure. Thank you so much, Amina and Sudhir. It is very nice session. Really, we need your, we need your support as well, and surely we'll do as per your action plans, and we'll grow together.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's what I'd really like. Active participation from everyone and collaboration. These are my main missions for this year.
Surely.
Right. Any questions from anyone? Because here you have it, it's like a mixed Majlis session. It's like before the year has started, you're getting a Majlis session with her. So you can get all the ideas into her now so that, that may serve you well into the future.
Thank you, Amina, for that wonderful presentation. Thank you, Gujas, for this wonderful event. My name is Kumaran, and I represent Indian Club Toastmasters. I could see that you have a very beautiful action plan, and also I would like you to insert about because you talked about social media. The district has a website. Also, please do include that into your PR communications, because a website is the basic requirement in terms of it is an internal media as well as an external communicating tool. And also today, all the modern tools like AI picks up data only from the website and the referrals, the backlinks that is not from social media. So I encourage the PR plan includes clubs having their own website, and also the district keeping its website alive and nicely. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kumar sir. Yes, website is a big part of the plan. It's a big project, actually. As Toastmaster Sudhir mentioned, there were some challenges with the previous website and it needs to be revamped. And we're working on trying to fix that.
Toastmaster Ajmal, I think he has one question here.
Yes, hi. Just wanted to add something. I think this was discussed in the last PR Majlis or the before that, I'm not sure. That when some people they are applying for flyer, for example, for the flyer award, they are applying but they are not getting, and they don't know what's wrong with their flyer. So something like there is a mechanism to let them know that how they can improve their flyers. I don't know how that is practically possible or not, but the new PR team can look into it and see if that is possible. A way of feedback mechanisms for that, so that especially for the new VPPRs, they might not know what they're doing wrong unless otherwise they are being told. So maybe that can help, especially the new VPPRs.
You want to take this, Sudhir?
Yeah, I think, yeah. As far as I said, it's all a process of evaluation. Now, when you have a speech contests, I'm sure many of you also disagree with certain judges' evaluations when somebody wins, right? Usually happens. So judging is that way. Okay. Now, as I said, all the judges were outside our district. They would have a different mindset, different point of view, but of course, adhering to the brand guidelines and all these things. Now, there was some in between, there were some judgments which were done, which were found out like, oh, they are not right. And these points were taken up with the judges, but ultimately they are human and they are Toastmasters. Now, the thing is, we didn't have that philosophy that certain clubs will win only certain amount of time. No. It was always decided that if a club is performing, they will win awards. So the good performers won. Now, of course, when that happened, of course, it didn't, some clubs didn't like it. But again, how else will we improve our quality? You have to understand that in order to get better, you have to be better than what you were yesterday, if not today. So that was the point of encouragement. Now, some clubs did take it positively, and really, then they ended up getting some awards later on as well. Again, why some clubs won and why some clubs didn't is because maybe one club might have used the same design for all 10 months, right? So then they'll ask, why didn't I win? But it's not that. Maybe some other club had a better design. They conveyed their ideas better. It's not that that particular club was bad or anything. It's just that somebody else was better in getting the marks. So don't take it disheartened that it was something negative for, I mean, not to you, Toastmaster Ajmal, but anybody. It's just the process, and it's just the perception of the judges, which we sometimes cannot control. We can do our best, definitely. We can keep trying. But the most important thing is you should release flyers not just to win awards, but to make sure that your meetings are well this thing. Once the intent is there, everything else will fall into place. Again, this seems like an HR reply, typical HR reply, I know, but then it is what it is. So I hope, I mean, this question can never be answered, definitely, but then keep trying, because I'm sure with changes of judges here and there, something, you will see maybe your club winning or your favorite club winning. Who knows?
I have an idea.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking out loud, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Sudhir. I know somebody brought up the question of sharing the flyers on the on the PR group and getting some feedback just for learning.
Okay.
Now, since there would be a conflict of interest if the DPRM or somebody from the awards committee is the one giving the feedback, I was thinking we have somebody unbiased and with an objective point of view, just dedicated to giving feedback on this, somebody who is very knowledgeable on this. And just looking at him right now, he's the only one other than you and me with this camera open.
I know. I guessed that when that thing happened.
And yes, and I know he loves to share knowledge. So I think why not use the VP PR group for this, where he would be, giving us all the feedback on all our flyers. And once it's passed through him, then we go ahead and share it on the leaders group. Of course, it's not a must that it has to be done this way, but those who want to seek feedback, the new VPPRs who want to learn, they can gain from this method. And I don't know, Kumran sir, if you want to support us on that.
Oh, yeah,
I'm always ready to support, actually, and I do already.
You already do it. So
received a tons of flyers from people, and
yes. So let's limit it to the
it is
PR
an honor
group.
to be there as a person who is ready to help. Don't worry, I'm there.
Yeah. You got a role player now in your team.
Yes.
Mabruk.
I have to think of a nice title for him now.
Yeah. A brand advisor.
Yes. Is that okay with everyone?
Well, it's your decision. You're the boss.
Yeah. No, I think because a lot of them, and especially because it's hard to join the branding group. So from my side, because I'm a member of that group, whatever information I get from there, I can share on this group. But on this group, we could have Kumran sir, screening all the flyers that people share and, give feedback.
Yeah, and of course, bearing in mind that, it shouldn't be cumbersome for him. I mean, like, with all due respect, we must admit that, his time is of the essence. So it should be, the clubs should also be given that information that this is something that he is doing out of his own time. It shouldn't be a forceful thing forced on him. He will do. I mean, this is one thing, like, of course, whatever capacity he can, of course, he will definitely outshine his role. I know that. But it should not be forced on him, because maybe he does it for 1-2 months, yes, but people shouldn't pressure him unnecessarily.
Yes.
And that is the only thing that I wish, because Toastmaster Kumaran has always been an excellent resource and asset for our PR. We've already seen that from day one. The only thing is, please don't put too much pressure on him.
Burden
We don't
him,
want him to get burnt out too fast,
So we will put all the disclaimers on the group, reminding everyone, please don't pressurize.
Yeah. That's beyond it.
Yes.
And approach only when actually needed, like
Yes,
don't,
yes.
like not like is this
Ev- not
left justified or right justified? No, I mean
Yeah.
something very substantial. We have to respect his time as well, but I'm sure whatever advice he'll give it with his whole heart. Great. So thank you very much. And I would like to share, if I may, I think one uh, simple thing about VPPRs. Now, this is one thing which I had coined years ago when I had done the VPPR training. We are the voice, we are the chaos, we are the colors that transcend all palettes. We are the misfits. We are the magicians because we are VPPRs. Ours is this role. We are everything. We are the colorful bunch. We are everything, that the craziness of Toastmasters is all about. We control the craziness. So let out your inner crazy child, of course, and be a DTM in having fun. That's not a project yet, but maybe within time, who knows. But all in all, as the VPPR, please make sure that you have fun. Or even if you were the VPPR this year and next year you're wondering what to do, just know this, that A, you have got certain competencies now, and B, you can do any other role because now you've seen the brunt of it all. You've experienced deadlines. You've experienced following up with people. You experienced as a VPPR unreasonable demands. So you've got everything now. This has equipped you for a life not only in Toastmasters but outside Toastmasters. So that is why, hence this particular sort of poem which came up with. This was before this particular class of the club officers training. And this is, of course, the last year COT2, which we had lots of fun with the interactive at Venkatesh and Kulandevellu also being part of the thing. So thank you, Amina. Thank you. You are a magnificent asset to our district, and you will be. And the day I came to know that, okay, you're the person getting the role, I heaved a sigh of relief. Like, okay, I know her because I've dealt with you for the year, and I was really happy that you're the next in line, and you will do an amazing job. No pressure, but I know you will do it. You've got a wonderful team, and that is one thing that you have very good. You got Salma, who's I think your twin sister by now. I think
Yeah, we are conjoined twins.
Yeah, conjoined twins with Salma, but she's an amazing asset as well. She's doing an amazing job as in PR as well. You've got a very good team, a young team, a vibrant team, and really, I'm really hopeful and what do you say, and positive that next year will be a year which we'll go, well, this year's theme was beyond words. Next year, we'll even go beyond that. All right. So, and I have full faith in you. I know you will do an amazing job at Toastmaster Amina. You and your team are going to do magnificently well. And well, thank you all so much for bearing with me. And throughout this year, I know we just have around 20 odd days to go. I'll still be here, of course, but with Toastmaster Amina will now be taking more of the responsibilities, more of the group and everything. So she'll be easing into her role. I hope the transition is smooth for her. I'll try to make that as best as possible for you because I really hope to and want to see you succeed next year because you have the competency for it, you have the skills, and more importantly, you have the right mindset. I say this to all around our 20 odd members here, but you totally are gonna rock. And please support her. Please support Toastmaster Amina, dear members, because she has lots and lots of goodies in store for you in terms of activities and events and how you can raise your game. With that, thank you all. It's been a great year, and for the odd 20 odd days which will be there, feel free to reach out to me. And even after those, if after June 30th, I'll still be around, don't worry. But should you have anything about Toastmasters, feel free to catch up, and it'll be a good thing to reminisce as well. So if anyone would like to add something, or before I can stop the meeting and we can have an informal session, because it's 9 o'clock and we can stop now. I'll stop the recording.
Thank you, Sudhir. And just wanted to ask again, can you please share the Facebook the links, which is the group names, and also to Amina, do we creating any WhatsApp group again? As said, with only VPPR, and what are the next the meetings and all, right?
Yeah.
Yes, once I have the list from the district administration manager, I will be adding all of the VPPRs who have been officially registered in Toastmasters International as VPPRs, and adding them to the group. And if any are missed out, then we can just share the link with our friends. But we will continue to maintain the existing group.
Surely, yeah. Thank you.
Amazing. Right. Any other final word, final thoughts? And that's it. So with this, thank you all for your wonderful comments. Thank you all for your wonderful messages. It was an amazing time, really. And we'll try to share most of the resources what we shared, and even the group. And wait, I think you have the Facebook group. 1 second, I'll share the Facebook group link, so that I think the one gentleman was inquiring about it. I don't know if he's here or not. Yeah, Manat, yeah, you're there, right?
Yes, Mantesh.
Yeah, sorry, I can't get your name. Yeah, please join this. This is the Facebook group on, so you can very well join this part of. And thank you all for your comments.
Sure, done.
Yeah, done. Great. So thank you. I'll stop the recording now, so that we formally